I'm Onoshiorena Obozeghie. Now, the presidency has replied our former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, who called their principal, Baba, go slow. So it's actually very long, like 18 paragraphs of response on the space of social media. So what they are saying, really, but just to feed you in case you missed it, OBJ had said in US during the Chinua Achebe lecture that Baba Go Slow and Milokon is responsible for Nigeria's economic woes. That's what the presidency is reacting to. So we'll have 5 abbreviated paragraphs of the 18 paragraphs on the social media. So let's have our first one this morning. It will be that former President Obasanjo has continuously pumped himself up as the economic wizard of Nigeria, but a reality check showed he was nothing of such. He left unresolved many, if not all, of the problems of Nigeria, which he itemized in his lecture. That's a lecture in US. It says, in rejecting the 2004 national honor by the Obasanjo administration, Achebe declared Nigeria's condition today under your watch is too dangerous for silence. I must register my disappointment and protest by declining to accept the high honor awarded me in the 2004 honors list. That's Achebe responding to OBJ why he declined to accept the honor that Obasanjo was going to confer on him. It says Nigerians will also remember how the Obasanjo administration invested $16 billion on electricity, which left the country in utter darkness. The colossal amount spent on power was so embarrassing that President Umar Musa Yar'Adua, Obasanjo's successor, ordered a probe. And then we continue. It says, while oil receipts brought money into the country, Obasanjo failed to fix the deplorable federal roads or expand the national road network. He did not repair the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, the Lagos-Abeokuta road leading to his hometown in Abeokuta, the Ota Idiroko road, and many others. So that is brief paragraph right there. And then this user is saying that on matters, the sentence continues, paragraph statement. It says, on matters of integrity, honesty, and morality in public leadership, Chief Obasanjo is certainly not a paragon of virtue for anyone to model after. Wow. I told you it was long, but this is what we're taking, and this is all that we'll be taking. Now, let's bring in Nigerians and netizens, of course, who are reacting to this. So for Caro, it says, Tinubu and his minions calling out Obasanjo over governance is like an amateur footballer trying to call out Messi. It says Tinubu can never achieve 5% of what Obasanjo achieved as president. It's just impossible. Tinubu doesn't have it in him. This is not to say Obasanjo was that brilliant as president, but Tinubu too small. Like, I can picture this right there. And Tude says, Baba is having serious regret for not doing the right things when he had the opportunity. He's now venting his frustration on the current administration. And final thought to be from Malik, who says, so Tinubu is the ideal leader to emulate, is asking the presidency right there. So absolutely, that first user has concluded on President Tinubu. He says he can never, I mean, he has over 2 years to go, really, about 3 years to go, and you already concluded on him. Well, we'll leave it at that to have more stories. It will be that the police are asking that you stop bringing their men whom you think are misbehaving to social media. They would rather you reach the force directly through the police complaint response unit. So the IGP, Egbeto Kun, was in Asaba, the Delta State capital, and he said that there. So what he's saying is that the problem he sees with going through the social media space to address grievances often leads to misinformation and undermines the integrity of the police force. So we have to hear him right there.
Urge members of the public to utilize the effective services of this unit, which has been established in all states of the Federation, to report police misconduct, rather than resorting to social media. Our professionally trained and dedicated officers will promptly address reports to any of our PCR, PCP, or CRU, ensuring swift justice for the aggrieved. Recent circulations of old videos unfairly portraying the police on social media mislead members of the public and exacerbates our current insecurity challenges rather than resolving them.
All right, so in reaction to this, a little kindness tweeted, and it says, big lie, social media is the only option for the common man. Well, the court used to be and should still be, but that user have a different opinion. For Ken Musa, it says, so you can cover up your atrocities from the public. Do you know how many innocent people are in prison from false allegations from your corrupt officer as well? Then Unwa Chief says, if you behave, there wouldn't be any need to report your matters on social media. But it became obvious that you only pay attention to matters that have, it says has, but I think that's that have been reported to social media more. But I'm not sure the police will agree to this. But this is just the argument on the presidency, who has been working more and who has worked more since Obasanjo. And this report is from World Bank data, GDP growth, and the annual report right there. So the argument for who has been working much more, this seems to solve it for netizens, and then they had to bring it back. So let's go to our third and final story for the day. Now, sadly, about 4 members of the Anambra Vigilante Services, AVS, were killed on Monday by gunmen in Anambra State. Well, their operational vehicle were also set ablaze, and the non-state actors, who took about 7 people with them and injuring many more persons in the process. We hear that the gunmen also fired indiscriminately, which led to the death of another person. And the directive by the state governor, Charles Soludo, who threatened earlier to shut businesses if owners continue to observe the sit-at-home order by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, is now being blamed for that. But then we see the video of the happenings of yesterday.
Live in Ubo, non-government attack Ubo vigilance right now. In Ubo, I say no Biafra, no freedom. Sit at home, sit at home. Ubo Mosqueta Vigilance Group. Ubo Mosqueta Vigilance Group was attacked. Hey! No Biafra, no freedom.
Okay, if that video continues, we will see the gory side. Of course, I wasn't going to show you the gory side. We had to take them off, but it was really bad. Well, Divine says, where does these men, where do these gunmen usually come from? It says, are they not living within the community? Can the community people not identify them and deal seriously with them? These are criminals hiding under IPOB to commit evil. And then Awele says, this lasted for 3 hours, but there was no security to counter these criminals, even though there is 2 police stations in Ogidi, 1 army barracks in Onitsha, just 10 minutes drive from Ogidi. It says still these guys did this without any reprisal from the security personnel. And also, in reaction to this, Southern Angel is asking, Shey, make I send you roadmap to Finland. That's the Simon Ekpa location. He was asking that, oh, since you're saying that Nigerians security men did not come through, let me send you that. And then Daniel says, the terrorist Nigerian government knows what to do and end this whole mess, but the evil politicians are benefiting from it. That's why they don't want to end it. That's an accusation, an allegation right there. Well,